Well,
Or do you want to delay it for later?
I mean, we can talk about it later, but
Okay.
it's. I mean, you've played the war game, so the war game that we played yesterday, in fact, arguably ended well, right? But like,
I don't know,
right? But
man.
like, yeah, you don't.
I mean, we
shouldn't
weren't
be
all,
like.
we hadn't had nuclear war. We were all still alive.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
guess like US and China and Russia were all kind of coordinating against, because it was so obvious that there was a rogue AI and the humans came together, even though
Right.
I still think even in that situation, even where we know that a rogue AI has escaped on the data centers, I still think that will not be sufficient for people to overcome.
But my point is that like it would be silly for me to write a story like that and then be like, and here's what we should aim for. You know, like
Right.
this is like, no, what we should be aiming for is quite different than that story. You know, so that's also my position on this, which is why I am somewhat concerned that like I will sort of like accidentally hyperstition these things into being more likely than they otherwise were. I think in Leopold's case, I also like his. I think it's a great essay. Everyone should go read it.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to make this happen. I think like he was intentionally trying to hyperstition this into occurring. That's my guess based on reading it. It's like it seems like
Why? Wait.
for reasons he states.
The US China race?
No, rather the nationalization, I imagine, is what you're pointing towards, right? Like he's literally ending the piece with, and therefore, like, I welcome you all who will like do the hard work of working basically on a Manhattan Project type thing.
I hesitate to like put words into Leopold's
Right,
mouth. I don't
right.
know his mind or something, but like my take on reading that was that he was sort of just giving his actual take, not just on what he thinks would happen, but what he thinks should happen. It sounded like he was sort of trying to push in that direction rather than just sort of like it certainly didn't seem like he was warning against it. We could put it that way, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And so that puts him in a different category than me, whereas he was sort of like eager to embrace the hyperstition effect and the self-fulfilling prophecy effect. Like, I don't want to be doing that.
Because it's kind of a little bit like a be careful what you wish for. You know, you're casting a spell by putting your words out there, these ideas.
Yeah, but I
which
think
in
also
form
like
is in some ways almost like an AI alignment, or like an alignment problem in itself.
yeah, there's a long and curious history of this sort of thing going on, right? Like I think Sam Altman even tweeted his gratitude to Eliezer Yudkowsky for getting this whole ball rolling. Do you remember that tweet?
Yeah.
I don't.
He said something to the
He said something
idea
like,
of,
like-
yeah, go ahead.
like Eliezer Yudkowsky deserves like a Nobel Peace Prize or something for waking everybody up to the possibilities of AGI and getting these companies started or something.
Yeah, or
Like,
that he may have
what-
done the single biggest contribution to
Yeah.
put us onto the race that we are on now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like a dagger through the heart for Eliezer. I wonder if that is one of the coolest things you could ever say to someone like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it's just generically valuable to try to predict what the future is going to look like and then try to write it down so that other people know where
agree.
I'm at. And like that's, you know, I feel like we sort of have to have that conversation. And if we are all sort of tiptoeing around and afraid to say what we actually think is going to happen, that doesn't feel like the path towards actually being ready for what's going to happen, if that makes sense.
Concur.
And I also particularly value actually your approach to it, which is one with the way how you've done these sequential write-ups, but also the war games. They're both these like, given this, what's the next thing that happens, etc., rather than just like out of thin air taking 2027. It's a different approach to predictions, and it